I was about to say long time no speak, but it's not really been that long, has it? Hello, welcome to this vlog. I'm back on your YouTube screens after just a little bit of a wee bit of a break. I feel like I wanted to start this vlog with just a sit down intro, catch up, check in. Because I feel compelled to say thank you for all of the comments on the last vlog. At the end of that vlog, I quite literally just brain dumped all my anxieties towards a post-lockdown world and how to navigate vlogging out onto you all without any thought or without any intention. And I certainly didn't do it with the expectation of validation, which is what I received quite a lot of. So I feel like I need to say thank you so much to all of you. So many lovely comments. There were some slight panicked comments though, so I'm sorry if I kind of gave off the sense that I was going to leave you all, desert you all. That wasn't the case. Maybe I need to rewatch the clip back, but I don't think I did. What I was trying to get across is that I just needed a little bit of a break potentially to kind of navigate this post-lockdown world and then kind of figure out how I wanted to continue vlogging, because I've kind of been vlogging quite consistently within the parameters of COVID and some sort of lockdown. And now there feels like there's been a massive shift. I just sort of wanted to kind of sort everything out in my brain and then kind of recharge my creative batteries as well and then start vlogging. So yes, I am here back, feeling good, feeling quite recharged. I have to say, despite the anxieties that I had towards that first week post-lockdown, it wasn't actually too bad. But I think that is mainly because I spent most of that first week indoors. I didn't really go out and do anything because I didn't quite feel ready to, and it was extremely, extremely busy. I didn't fancy queuing for the pub. I didn't fancy queuing for anything basically. So I kind of kept myself to myself that week. No shade to anyone who went out to the pub or anything like that. You know, if I felt comfortable enough, I would have been doing the same as well. I don't blame anyone for getting out there and doing loads of things. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, so obviously I felt quite anxious, so I thought, right, I'll have just a little bit of a break from vlogging so I can kind of figure out how I want to move forward with vlogging. And the other reason I wanted to have just a little bit of a break was because I've spoken about this before, I think in a previous vlog. When I'm vlogging week in, week out, it is difficult sometimes, or it has been difficult within this situation, to make each week feel slightly different or interesting to watch. So each week I've been trying to push myself with editing skills, ways in which I document the world around me, the themes within the vlog, that kind of thing. And although each vlog might not seem hugely different to the previous vlog, I myself as a creator have tried something different. And that's how I kind of keep the vlogs, for me, quite enjoyable to create. But sometimes I get a bit of tunnel vision when I'm really in it, especially when I'm editing. I find it really difficult to see a way to make the vlog feel different, but still have my thread throughout it. And I know so many of you will say, we don't care what you vlog or what you document, however boring you think it is, we will watch it, which is really, really sweet. And I really appreciate that. But from a creator's point of view, it can feel quite stale when you're doing the same thing every week. And it kind of almost feels like I'm resting on my laurels. So just as a sort of personal development and growth thing when it comes to editing and just the way in which I document the world, it's nice each week for me to try something different. Even if you don't notice it as a viewer, for me it's satisfying to know that I've tried something different. So I almost feel like sometimes I need a sort of 3 week on, 1 week off sort of routine with vlogs just to recharge those creative batteries, which is kind of what I did with this break. And I feel like, you probably won't see much difference in my vlogs. The format will be quite similar, but I just needed to just reset a little bit. So yeah, as I was saying, first week of lockdown wasn't actually too bad. The only thing I struggled with was I felt quite a lot of pressure to do stuff. And that didn't come from anyone IRL, like my friends or anything like that, or family. It came from mainly Instagram, I think. Every time I went on Instagram, I honestly felt like I was the only person on the internet who wasn't having a haircut. I mean, I still haven't had a haircut. As you can see, my hair is having a bit of a crisis. This is a head of hair that could really do with a haircut, but sadly I was not forward thinking enough and I didn't book myself in for anything. So that's no shade to anyone. Again, no shade to anyone who had a haircut or anything like that. I just felt every time I went on Instagram, people were having their hair cut, their nails done, facials, they were going out, there was a lot going on. So I distanced myself from that quite a bit because my social anxiety is bad enough already. I didn't need it to feel even worse with this idea of not being groomed enough when I do eventually start socialising again. I'm just picturing myself sat for lunch with all my friends and I'm just sat here feeling really, really unglam in comparison to everyone who's had loads of treatments and everything. Anyway, I'm not massively fussed about that now. It was just in the first week I was like, gosh, I really feel like I should be doing something and I'm not, and I'm all a bit like, ah. Anyway, I'm fine, no big deal. So yeah, how's everyone else doing? If you were in England, how have you found the past couple of weeks? This is week 2. Yeah, beginning of week 2. Concept of time is still very, very off. If you're not in England, wherever you are, basically, wherever you are, I want to ask how you are doing. I'm not very up to date with who's in what kind of lockdown, or, I know everything's still very different. And some people are still in quite strict lockdowns. So I hope everyone's doing okay. Let me know how you're doing and how you're coping at the moment. This week, I do have a few social engagements, which I'm feeling quite good about actually. I have a lunch with my sister, I'm doing dinner with a friend at some point, and birthday dinner for a friend at the weekend. And I'm not feeling anxious about that, I'm actually feeling quite excited. Everything's outdoors, by the way, at the moment. If you're not in England, we still can't do anything indoors. Everything's outdoors. So fingers crossed the weather is nice this week. And I'm going to try go to the gym as well. I've joined the gym, which I'm very excited about because it means I can start doing some strength training and improve my running. So it feels like a lot is going on this week, which is quite nice for me in terms of productivity and motivation, and will hopefully quite nice as a vlog viewer. So next, I will probably do some sort of little montage of what I have been up to since I last vlogged, and then I'll get started with this week's vlog. Check me out in the gym, new surrounding for you all. I booked a 45-minute slot in this room this morning, and due to COVID they're only allowing, I think it's like 4 people in at a time, and no one else booked it for the time slot that I booked it this morning. So I've had this entire room with all of these weights and mats all to myself for 45 minutes, which has been great because it's allowed me to just do my workout, be all sweaty and gross looking without being self-conscious with other people around me. The reason I'm at the gym is obviously because gyms are open now. It's a change of scenery. It's nice to be able to work out somewhere that isn't my home. And also I've set myself the challenge of doing 30 minutes of strength training every day for 30 days. It probably won't be consecutively. I think I'm going to do 5 days on, 2 days off, so basically weekends off. And the reason I've set myself this challenge is because I'm having a bit of a hard time with running at the moment. I feel really weak when I'm running. I basically just feel like I'm dragging a dead horse along with me when I'm running. I'm really struggling with it, and I'm not enjoying it, which is, as many of you know, running's quite a lifeline for me in terms of like mental health and physical health and just, my well-being. So it's kind of getting me down that I'm not enjoying it, and I know it's because I haven't been strength training for over a year. Strength training is quite detrimental to my running because I then have strong runs. I feel strong in my body and I can sort of keep myself, it helps with stamina and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, in the gym this morning. I think I'm a very all or nothing person when it comes to exercise. So this kind of disciplined method of doing it every single day, first thing in the morning, works best for me. I know for quite a few of you, you'll be like, that does not sound like fun at all, but it's the best method for me, I find. So yeah, I'm doing it first thing in the morning because I am at my best in the morning when it comes to exercise, and also it kind of sets you up for the day. I feel more productive when I exercise in the morning, more motivated, and just all round better. So yeah, day 1 of the 30 days done. I just completed day 2 of my 30-day exercising challenge, hence why my hair is in this very greasy looking ponytail. So today I've got quite a few Zoom calls to sit on. So I'm thinking before the Zoom call marathon starts, I'm going to go out to the shops. I say the shops, I just want to have a little peek in a couple of bookshops, because for Christmas my sister bought me some book vouchers, which I could have easily used online, but I wanted to save them for IRL book shopping. And I'm thinking I might use them to buy a hardback book. I rarely buy hardbacks because A, they're obviously bigger, they're heavier, they're more difficult to travel with, they don't fit in as many handbags, and B, they are slightly more expensive. But now that I've got a voucher, I'm thinking I'm going to go see what new releases there are and get myself a hardback book, because I like with the hardback that you tend to get you get a different cover. They always tend to be slightly nicer covers. Like that Kazuo Ishiguro cover is so nice, the Clara and the Sun one. That's what drew me to buy it in hardback. So I was like, that cover is so nice. And they look nice on your bookshelves, don't they, hardbacks, because they're bigger and they're chunkier. So yeah, I'm going to do that this morning. Get out, enjoy a little bit of the sun before I have to sit glued to my computer for the afternoon. Done all of my Zoom calls for the day, so I'm thinking just having a nice snack of carrot sticks and hummus. I'm thinking I might go for a walk because the weather is so good today, and I was going to just sit and do some reading in the little sun-trapped courtyard bit, but remembered that I haven't listened to this week's Obsessed with Line of Duty, and after the cliffhanger that was Sunday night's episode, which I think was episode 5, I'm pretty sure it was 5. After that cliffhanger, I need more Line of Duty in my life. I can't, that cliffhanger has just left me feeling really quite panicked. So I need the dulcet tones of Craig Parkinson to really kind of get me through all of the worries that I have for next week's episode. Well, this Sunday's upcoming episode. So yeah, I think I might go for a walk, listen to Obsessed with Line of Duty, and then get my ingredients for dinner. Speaking of dinner, I'll show you the books that I got today, because I didn't get any fiction books in the end, which was my plan, but then I got totally sidetracked by this big table of cookbooks and thought, do you know what? Buying a cookbook will actually be a much more practical purchase for me right now, because the list of fiction books I have on my TBR pile is it's never ending, and I keep buying more, and the pile just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which is fine, but I just thought, why buy more fiction when I'm just at a stage where there's just so many books I want to read at the moment? Why don't I buy some books that I will actually be able to use here, in the now, in the present? So, picked up this book called Bosch, which the tagline on it says, the vegan Jamie Oliver's. I'm a big Jamie Oliver fan, so that drew me in completely. it's all plant-based vegan, obviously, which I'm not on a journey to become vegan, but I'm still on that journey to reduce my intake of meat. So I do find vegan books especially helpful for that, and I just find them interesting because I've certainly felt my eyes have been opened to a lot of new ways of cooking and new recipes and new flavour pairings and just things like that, and actually new types of food as well, and like new proteins and meat substitutes and all that kind of stuff. So I do find it very interesting, but I don't endeavour to become fully vegan at the moment. Maybe in the future, who knows. Anyway, then because I had a voucher, I thought, why don't I go all out and finally treat myself to a book that I've wanted for so long, purely because it looks so nice. Such a wedge of a book. Look how big it is. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm sure there's some great recipes within this book, but let's be truthful here. This is going to be a very, very nice looking book to have out on display. I obviously will look through it. I'm sure there's lots of nice things in there, but Phaidon always have a knack for creating really nice covers. So that all Phaidon books just tend to look very nice on shelves. This can join my very small little collection of cookbooks just there. And then the third book was a bit of a sort of, just caught me off guard. I was looking at the non-fiction new releases and saw this David Hockney book. I'm a massive David Hockney fan, and I do get drawn into any David Hockney books. I have started to accrue quite a collection of Hockney books, and just found this one. I mean, it looked lovely, obviously, and then as I delved further, was like, this could be quite interesting, because it's obviously new, and although I feel like David Hockney now does a lot of work on his iPad, which isn't my favourite, I have to admit, I still do find him super interesting, and I do, even though I'm not a massive fan of his iPad drawings, I do find it interesting listening to him talk about the process still. So I thought this book will be quite interesting. I will talk to you about what I'm reading at some point in this vlog, because I've started an absolute whopper of a book. I've started a 950 page book, which I have never read a book. I think the longest book I've read is Donna Tartt's A Secret History, I believe. I was about to say Harry Potter, but I don't actually think I made it past the Chamber of Secrets, if I'm honest. So yeah, Donna Tartt's A Secret History is the longest book I've ever read, which was just over 400 pages. So 950 pages, yes. Lots to say, and I'll talk about that in a bit, but yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk while the sun's still shining. Have I taken my slight obsession with primary coloured jumpers too far? Did you ever think you'd see me in a bright red jumper? So I have obviously worn that blue Studio Nicholson one so much. I'm averaging about 2 to 3 wears a week at the moment. It probably needs to go to the dry cleaners soon, but I can't bear to part with it because I absolutely adore it so much. And since wearing that jumper so much, I thought I might foray into other brighter colours. And I thought red could be a good one because I wear a lot of navy and I wear a lot of white and sort of light beigey colours, and thought red actually goes really well with all of those colours. It looks so bright on the viewfinder. It actually looks like almost an orangey red, but in real life it's much more of a truer. Actually no, it does have a slight kind of like an orangey undertone to it. It's much more of an orangey red than a sort of darker red. What do we think? I'm just not used to it, but I was like this with the Studio Nicholson jumper, and now I don't even think twice about it. I'm just a bit like, is it washing me out? I absolutely love the colour, but is it looking all right with my hair tone? I mean, my hair's not looking too great in terms of colour at the moment. I've put on quite a lot of bronzer in an attempt to not wash myself out. The brand, maybe I should tell you the brand of the jumper. It's an Amsterdam-based brand called Time. I think that's how it's pronounced. Spelt, can you see that label? T-E-Y-M. So I actually found the brand because I was trying to look for alternatives to the blue Studio Nicholson jumper because so many people ask where it's from, and sadly it is a couple of years old now. So while I was trawling through the internet and looking for alternatives, someone messaged me about this brand and found that they did a whole rainbow of colours in this merino jumper that's got the most beautiful ribbed detailing to it. I always, like, it's lightweight, but because it's ribbed, it's got a slight, you know, like when you get merino wool jumpers, they're really thin and they're great for spring and summer. But sometimes I want something that's still got a little bit of chunk to it. This is a nice middle ground between like a thick wool jumper and a thin merino jumper. So yes, voila, my new red jumper. Maybe I should take the camera off and show you what I've paired it with today. Okay, I've messed around with the settings a little bit. This is a slightly truer representation. The camera was doing something funny then. Yeah, so as I was saying, I really envisioned wearing a red jumper with these dark denim jeans, which are also from Studio Nicholson, the same as the blue jumper that started this whole journey into colour. I love the red with the indigo denim. Indigo. Absolutely love it. I've just got my Birkenstocks on at the moment because I'm shuffling around the house. Yeah, look at me in a bright red jumper. Just making my way back home after a 2-hour walk. I did not intend to be out walking for this long this evening, but like I was just coming out so I could have a walk and listen to Hayley Narm's most recent podcast, and then it turned into a bit of a 2-hour exploration just because it's so nice out here this evening. It's so balmy, it's golden hour, and I just thought, I'm going to keep walking. I've got nowhere to be, nothing to do this evening. I'm now sort of making my way back home. Also, my phone died just as the podcast was finishing. So I've got no idea what time it is. And I never actually set the date or the time on this camera. So I haven't got the foggiest. I think it's maybe 6:45. But I actually quite like that my phone died because that urge to pick it up just completely goes once I know that my phone's dead. So that distraction, or that lack of distraction, should I say, was really, really nice. I've not had music in my ears, I've just had the sounds of nature. I have just had the most wholesome walk. And I'm now going to go to the shops and get myself some pasta, because I think, some pasta and some pesto, because I think that really is the most wholesome way to end this evening walk. I used some sort of blow dry primer spray on my hair last night and then gave it a sort of rough dry and then let the remainder of it dry naturally. I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. I feel like I haven't had to do much manipulation with the straighteners this morning. I really could do with a trim. Things are looking pretty dry and straw-like at the end there, but it's not urgent. Today, I'm going out for lunch. This is my first lunch post-lockdown. yeah, my first cafe visit post-lockdown. I'm going out for lunch with my sister. I don't think I've mentioned her much in my vlogging journey. I think, yeah, I mentioned her maybe last summer when she came back. So she lives in Australia, hence why she doesn't get mentioned, or she is not seen in vlogs. However, she did come home in August. I say home, she came back to the UK in August because she was actually supposed to come back for a wedding. Wedding got cancelled, obviously due to COVID, but her flight didn't get cancelled, so she wasn't able to get a refund. So she thought, why don't I just get the flight anyway, come back to the UK for the back end of summer, and then leave around about October, November, ready for Australia's summer. Lo and behold, she's still here. She got stuck here because basically no flights were going out to Australia, and the only flights that were going were chartered flights that were full of residents trying to get back. So they were just packed, and she just couldn't get herself on one of those flights. So she's finally got herself on a flight next week. So I was like, let's go and do something before you go, because in the space of August to now, I've probably seen her about 5 times due to extensive lockdowns, restrictions, you know, all of that. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm very excited because A, I've not seen my sister much, and B, I have not been to a cafe for a very, very long time. Shall I show you what I'm wearing? I've got mismatched shoes on right now because I'm just trying to figure out which shoe I want to wear. Just dug out this shirt from the row that I've not worn much because I guess just weather permitting since I got it. I might take it to the tailor, you know, because I feel like the sleeves are just a little bit too long. I don't know, maybe now that I'm looking in the mirror, they're not too bad. I feel like the sleeve could just be shortened ever so slightly so it doesn't sit right on the elbow. Anyway, it's a big boxy black shirt from the row. I got it last summer in the sale. Jeans are the Keeper Cut Cropped from And Other Stories, which I think is now out of stock. I've been checking back each week to see if they've been restocked, and they're out of stock in sizes 24 to 29, I think, at the moment. So fingers crossed they come back, because they are a very good pair of white straight jeans. And then I'm being very indecisive about my shoes. Either the Row Honore Derby shoes, which are just so comfortable. I've got a bit of a blister on the back of my foot at the moment due to a new pair of shoes that have caused a bit of a blister. Or is it Dr. Martens, which could potentially rub on my foot a little bit, but I like the chunkiness of them. Do you know what? I think it's going to be Dr. Martin. It always wins. Such a good classic shoe. Workout done, breakfast done. I'm now going to go to the tailor because I've had quite a mountain of things that I've wanted to get sorted during lockdown, and obviously haven't been able to. So I'm probably actually going to do it in chunks just because it's going to be quite pricey and there's so much that I want to get through. So today I'm taking a couple of pairs of trousers, and then I bought a new trench from Studio Nicholson a few weeks ago. I'll insert a picture here, which I love, but it's just a tad too long, both in the body length and the sleeve length. It looks like it's too big for me. Sometimes I'm okay with that oversized look, but it actually just looks like it's drowning me. So I'm gonna get that sorted, and then I'm going to go meet a friend for a quick coffee, then come back here, just do a couple of other errands, and then potentially just sit out for maybe an hour or 2 in the sun because it's such a glorious day today, and try and finish the passage because I'm almost done. I think I've got about 200 pages left. OOTD, because I'm not wearing a coat for once, and it's nice to be able to show you something that doesn't involve me just in a big long coat basically. Right, I need to do this pretty sharpish because the low battery symbol is flashing at me and I'm also running late. I'm wearing this wool navy Henley, would you call it? It's got like the sort of half button detail. It's got like a big floppy collar underneath. Oh, this is from a brand called PAA US, spelt P-A-A. Underneath I've just got a white Uniqlo t-shirt. It's an Agni black leather woven tote. Jeans you've all seen before. They are of course the And Other Stories Keeper Cut Crop. And then Birkenstock Bostons. I, as you can see, have got them in a new colourway. I've got that sort of navy petrol colour. But I have succumbed to another colour. I'm so indecisive when it comes to colours, and I just think that it's very hard to pick between certain colours, especially when different colours can go with so many different outfits. So yeah, I've succumbed to the suede beige pair. So yes, this is me for today. I cannot wait to go outside and be in the sun without a coat on and with a sort of like half open shoe on. Oh, and sunglasses are obviously Ray-Ban Wayfarers, as always.
But I want it a 29. 29 inch instead of 32.
For shortened.
Shortened, please.
Okay.
I completely forgot. I did actually book myself in for a beauty treatment this week, but I did it a while ago. I'm getting my lashes tinted. Finally! I get my lashes tinted pretty much every summer now because I am quite a drastic hay fever sufferer. So for me, mascara just becomes such a pointless thing to put on in the summer. But my eyelashes are quite fair. You won't be able to tell on camera, but some of my eyelashes are so fair that they're actually white. So I feel like without mascara, my eyes, I just feel quite naked without it. So I like to get them tinted and then lifted sort of at the start of hay fever season, so that I don't have to rely on mascara. So I'm getting that done this afternoon. But that is literally the only beauty treatment that I have on the horizon. I mean, I don't even think I'm going to bother trying to get my hair booked in for a haircut. I think my hairdresser is booked up now until July, maybe. Anyway, I'm running late, so I better go, but just thought I'd let you know where I'm going. Quick OOTD before I head out. I feel so uninspired at the moment. Just feel like I'm terrible at putting outfits together. I need to do one of those sort of sessions where I just pull loads of stuff out of my wardrobe and kind of shop my own wardrobe and just refresh my memory with all the good things that I've got in there. So today's outfit's super simple, standard, big baggy black jumper from the Row. It's super thick, heavy, really good for when it's sort of like this kind of 12 to 13 degrees. Don't want to wear a coat. I've got a long sleeve top underneath just so I don't get chilly. Jill Sander medium tangle bag. And other stories, keeper cut cropped jeans, and then Dr. Martin 1461 monos. Right, time to get my lashes done. And I'm back. Just going to stand in some better light so you can see. They always look a bit strange when they're first done because they're clumped together a bit. But over the next couple of days they will start to fan out and separate and look like regular lashes.
Right there, mate. Oh, thank you.
Hello, it's Sunday now and I'm sat in my usual editing spot putting the vlog together. I've now come to the end of the week and I'm just going to sign off, wrap it all up for you. Bit of a long one this week because obviously there was some catching up to do, and when I get like really in my vlogging mojo, I end up documenting like loads of things. So actually this week I had to cull quite a lot of footage, including book chat, because it was quite long. So apologies that book chat wasn't in this vlog. I know I did say I would talk books, but it would have then made the vlog 40 minutes plus, and yeah. So book chat will be next week. I will have 3 books to talk to you about. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this week's vlog, and I shall see you all next week.